Hi there, Mark Jamin here, Medical Director for the Haywood County Health Department. And let's talk about this pandemic. Time for the weekly update. And in this video, for Haywood County and Western North Carolina, the trend continues downward. But across the world and the rest of the country, not necessarily so. And we should not ignore what we see happening. So please share this with someone you care about. Across the world, notice all the red in Europe and South America, all in an upswing in cases, along with the Middle East. Across the U.S., there are 5 states in the red. There were 4 earlier this week. A little more green in the center of the country, and a little more red in the southeast and northeast. Missouri most notably different, but that was actually due to a reporting issue. So the curve's still in decline, but much less so. And last week we noted a flattening, and this week still going down, but at a much slower pace. There are 41 states. Of the 41 states that are above the threshold of 10 new cases daily on a 7-day rolling average per 100,000 population, of those 41, 35 are flat or uptrending. And of the 9 that are below 10 and in the yellow, which is a good place to be, 5 are flat or trending up. All of our neighbors still in the orange, but some notable areas in those states now back in the red. Only Georgia actually was down overall this week. Tennessee up slightly. Note Cock and Sevier counties are in the red. And South Carolina up slightly, but notice the Myrtle Beach area is now back in the red. So if these are in your spring break or Easter plans, please be aware. North Carolina flat from last week and 22nd highest rate in the country. There are only 5 counties in the red, and there are 38 in the yellow. And note all the yellow in the western part of the state. Western North Carolina, again this week, nobody in the red, which is great. Remember, this map shows data. Today's map shows data from 2 days ago, so the colors may change. And there are 7 counties in Western North Carolina that we follow in the yellow. Graham, lowest rate in the state once again, with less than 1 new case a week. Graham, Swain, Clay, and Haywood marked decreases, certainly versus 2 weeks ago. Macon has now dropped into the orange. Buncombe, which actually shows yellow on the map, actually rose back into the orange in just the past couple of days. Madison has had a significant drop this week, though it remains in the orange. In other 10 counties we follow in Western North Carolina, 6 this week were down, 3 flat, 1 up. And this is important to note as we go forward. Test positivity, North Carolina below the 5% threshold at 4.9, although earlier in the week they were actually down to 3.7. The biggest change this week was in Henderson County, which is back above the 5% threshold. Note Madison and Macon with good decreases, and everyone else remains below the 5% threshold. In Haywood County, total for the pandemic now 39.59. That's an increase of 29 over the previous week. And notice how that curve is really flattened out. Week over week has now dropped to just about the level that we were seeing before the winter surge. Somewhere around 3 to 4 new cases a day average right now. And this is great, and right at the 2 to 3 new cases a day we have been aiming for. So thanks to those of you who have remained vigilant, and to those who are now choosing to be careful and follow public health measures. It has made a huge difference. And also note where vaccinations began back in December on these curves. Given that about 25% of our residents have been vaccinated so far, which is great, it is unlikely that we are yet seeing an effect from that. So we still have that to come. Deaths, 94 officially in Haywood County, although there are several more awaiting official notification, and there have now been 2 deaths in the month of March. Haywood Regional has seen less than 4 COVID-related admissions this past week. So, cases have been going down everywhere for the past 2 months, but this is no longer the case. For Haywood County, we have gotten ourselves back to a low enough baseline that if there is a surge, we are not starting from a high place. This is exactly what we had hoped for. So thanks to everybody for that. But that is not so for everyone in the country, the region, or even Western North Carolina. And just as the U.S. has lagged behind Europe in each surge, Western North Carolina has lagged the country as a whole. We will be affected by what's going on around us. So if your Easter or spring break plans take you elsewhere, just be aware of what's going on there. And even if you're staying close to home, gathering with family, be careful, especially right now, so we can all be well.